Just a quick video today to introduce you to my two dogs. Now, I can't show them on camera. They made me sign an NDDA. That's a non-dog disclosure agreement. So basically, I can talk about them, but I can't use photos or videos of them. I know, right? Like, what's their problem? They're like, oh, we don't want to be bothered when we're out on our walk, or when we're at the off-leash, or at the groomers. What? I mean, divas. I have dogs that are divas. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Now, they never did say anything about graphics, so I can use a couple little graphics, to represent the dogs. So I got a quick PSA for you. That's a public service announcement. Always trust your dog. They know who to stay away from. Anyway, so our older dog, his real name is Short Stack. We just call him Shorty because, he's got funny short legs. He's a mutt. He's got a lot of Shih Tzu in him. He's got an underbite, and he's got kind of the sort of the Shih Tzu hair, but not quite. He needs to be shaved several times a year. He's quite hairy, and he's muscular. He's about 25 pounds, so he's got something else, probably several things in him. Who knows? That's the fun thing about mutts. Anyway, he's got this, excuse me, this funny thing with his front legs. They splay out. They're not like this, like a normal dog. They go this way. And you can feel it in his bones. So his leg comes down, and then you can feel his bones actually just kind of veer off to the outside. It's really quite funny. Doesn't seem to affect him. Excuse me, I sneezed earlier, and now my voice is a little ratched. Anyway, it doesn't seem to affect him, which is good. He's older, he's a dork, and he sleeps a lot. But, we love him. So I got to tell you this little story. One of our friends went on this road trip last summer, took the wife and the kids, excuse me, and they had a wonderful time. Except one day. One afternoon, they're driving along. They see a sign for a zoo. Well, the kids get all excited. They love going to the zoo. So they have nothing else to do. They go to the zoo. They get there. The zoo has one animal. One. A dog. I know, a dog. Yeah, it was a Shih Tzu. Our other dog, he's a handful, a very big handful. So he's young. He's not a puppy, but he's younger. When we brought him home, oh my gosh, he was smaller than Shorty. It was quite funny. When we bounced around with, it didn't last long. Bounced around with different names. We couldn't quite get the right name for him. So for several months, actually, I kind of had a name for him. I, excuse the language, called him You Little Shit. Yeah, he was a bit of trouble. He was a little bit of trouble, I gotta tell you. Anyway, I need my glasses for this part because I got some numbers. And, even though I type my notes up in a big font, I still can't read them. Getting old is not for wussies, I tell you. Okay, so we expected him to be about 70 pounds, maybe, something like that. Now, that's 32 kilograms, but he is now about 100 pounds, give or take. It's not like you can pop him on the scale at home to weigh him. So 100 pounds is 54.4 kilograms. And if you're in Britain, that is about 7 stone. So he's big, he's brown, and trouble. So, we ended up calling him Beady. Beady for short. Now you're thinking, Grandma Perdie, what does Beady stand for? Well, let me tell you. It stands for Big, Dumb, Brown Dog. Now, don't get me wrong, he really isn't dumb. He's actually very smart. While I was putting together my notes, I looked up something online about him, and this is what I found. Okay, it says his breed is, remember, he doesn't want me to let you know very much about him, so I can't say what breed he is. So it says his breed is highly intelligent and versatile. They're known for their keen problem-solving skills and high trainability. They are exceptionally clever and this part scares me, with a human-like intellect. But that comes with the need for mental stimulation and a stubborn or independent streak. Well, that sounds pretty much like Perdie. However, the description forgot the part to say where they say that they're also a 100-pound lap dog. Anyway, I plan to do a video or 10 about stuff the dogs get into. For example, Shorty, when he was little, used to like to eat trees. Now, Perdie, luckily for us, has never been a destructive chewer, but he has a really strong prey drive, which has led to some stories, and one of them is, the crow incident, which we'll tell you about another day. Anyway, I wanted to let you know about this friend of ours. I mentioned him in another video. He's a social butterfly, loves to go out. So one night, not too long ago, he was at a bar with some friends. After a while, he got up, went over, talked to the bartender. They're friends, wanted to, catch up while it wasn't too busy. And in walked a dog. A dog! I know. Dog comes in, jumps up on the bar stool, and says to the bartender, "Hey, can I get a beer?" So my friend's gobsmacked, just gobsmacked. The bartender looks at the dog and he's like, "Oh, wow, a talking dog! You should join the circus." The dog looks at the bartender and says, "Why? Do they need an electrician?" Okay, so don't get me wrong, the old guy and I love the dogs. It's just that some days they drive us crazy. I also need to make a clarification here. So I'm Canadian, I live in Canada. I use both imperial and metric. We're kind of weird that way. I also tell distance and time. I should probably do a video on Canadian idiosyncrasies. Anyway, down in the comments, leave something about what you've got for pets. Do you have dogs, cats, fish, snake, maybe a ferret, tarantula, or perhaps what is that one? Oh, a Norwegian blue. Remarkable bird. Beautiful plumage. So that's a quick introduction to the dogs, but I would also like to mention that the dogs are authors. Yes, my dogs write books, sometimes together and sometimes individually. Today I'd like to highlight this one, so you can see it. It's called What We Do If We Had Thumbs. This is their most recent one. It's a fascinating treatise on, from a dog's perspective on life with thumbs. It's actually very detailed. Now, it gets a little dark at times, I'll say, but it is a good read. It is also a bit of a warning to us as humans, just so you know. You can buy it anywhere that books aren't sold. Anyway, I got places to go, people to see, dog poop to pick up. Wait for the riddle. Why do poor dogs chase their tails? They're just trying to make ends meet. See you next time.